Welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. You're watching All the Beer No Idea. I am Baz. Right, we are heading over to the Heineken Blade now, and probably it's Italy's flagship lager. We have Birra Moretti coming in at 4.6% in an 8 litre keg. This was purchased from Beowulf for £30.99. Like I say, it's on the Heineken Blade, and if you follow my channel, you might be thinking, well, hang on, Baz, you've reviewed this from the Blade. I have, but the very first keg that I actually reviewed was awful, as in I don't think it was right. It was foaming up. It was just terrible. It was 8 litres of foam basically, and the second keg I had of it was pretty much the same, and it was all cloudy. Something wasn't right. So even though I've reviewed it in the past, it maybe wasn't the fairest review because I don't think the keg was right. So I've ordered it again to do a re-review of it. So yeah, any second now we'll pause the video, shoot over there, do a video of the pour, come back and see what we get. And let's hope this one is a little bit better. Let's get cracking. So, a nice clean glass. Not poured one out of this yet, so obviously this first one could be a little bit lively, but hopefully it's not going to be the case. So let's get pouring. Now that's better. That's better. Still lively, but it will settle. And like I say, the first pour, not great. As it happened, it looked like it was going to go better, but we'll let that settle down and then we'll come back to you. In fact, I'm not going to let it settle. Yeah, the pour was still quite lively. Like I said, this is the first pint out of that keg, so I expect it to be a little bit lively. But in all fairness, yeah, it's got a big head on it. It could probably do with being half the size, but I'm not overly bothered about that. I don't think this keg is dodgy. I'm going to say that now, because before, when I was pouring them, there was head down to there and you were getting about that much beer out of it. It was terrible, and it was like that all the way down. I may just give this a little top up while I'm waffling. Like I said, £30.99 from Beowulf, Italy's flagship lager, I'm guessing we could call it. So, beer in a glass. It's sort of golden straw colour. It's got a bit of chill haze, I would say. I wouldn't say it's a particularly hazy beer. There's a bit of chill haze there. Gentle carbonation going up the glass, as you can see. Now my face is out the way. We had a 3-finger head. We've now got a good 2-finger head on top, white compact head, but looks decent enough. So let's give this a swirl and see what we get on the nose. Yeah, I mean, it's got a pretty clean aroma on it. A little bit of lemon in there. That lemon citrus. It actually smells like you know, for a macro lager, it smells all right. The beer certainly doesn't smell bad. Lemon, malty, maybe a little inkling of a bit of spiciness. But all in all, smells as it should, I would say. So let's dive in and give the old Birra Moretti a try. Cheers. Yep, okay. All I can definitely say is there is nothing wrong with this keg. Absolutely nothing wrong. Can tell by the taste, and I would probably be interested to do another review between the bottle and the can and all that lot if you like, but I won't. This is a much better experience. So let's dive in again. Run of the mill, standard lager body on it. Not heavy, it's just your mediocre average kind of body. It is quite carbonated. I mean, the bubbles, only a few bubbles sort of going up there. It's, you know, it's more carbonated, I would say, than it looks. I can feel the carbonation sort of building up in me just from them couple of mouthfuls. Like I say, fresh keg. quite smooth to drink. I mean, it's nothing to write home about on the mouthfeel. It's quite smooth. It's not something I would say is soft. The carbonation certainly doesn't affect the mouthfeel. But we'll go in and give you some tasting notes now. Taste-wise, malty. You get that sort of sweet corn rice thing going on in it. You do get a nice sort of zesty lemon sort of tang. That's for me, that's what you hit with. You hit with the maltiness, sweet corn rice kind of thing going on. Just behind that is a zesty sort of lemon. And then just behind that, you're getting that gentle bitterness to this beer. I mean, it's easy enough to drink. 4.6%. Yeah, it's, you know, 4.6%. What do you expect from 4.6%? Yeah, it's not wishy-washy, which is quite nice. It hasn't got that watery feel about it, this beer. Certainly not from this machine anyway. It's all right. It's all right. It's your typical macro fodder. There's nothing great about it. There's nothing particularly nasty about it. It's just an easy drinking beer that is going to appeal to the masses. Now, I've had a lot better lagers than this. Of course I have. But in all honesty, it's one of them. It's a don't think about it. Chuck it down your neck. Quite enjoyable. And you're not sort of really going to get offended by it. Excuse me. Though I will say, it's quite gassy. So, for me, this is quite nice now because, like I said, the last review I'd done of it, this beer was nothing like it. Not only was it like wild in carbonation and just full of head, but the beer was actually quite nasty. This beer is actually quite nice, you know. Nothing to write home about, easy enough to drink, and just one of them you can just sit and just down. So for me, Moretti this time, after getting a decent keg, for the run-of-the-mill sort of lager, Moretti on the Blade is a decent drop. Can't complain about that. And I'll tell you why. I went out the other week for a Sunday dinner. They didn't have much on tap. I had Moretti, and it was actually quite a decent pint, and it was a decent pint. And I actually think this is much better than what I got in the pub. It's another little bit. It's just a cleaner beer. This seems just that little bit cleaner from here. So for me, yeah, like I say, Moretti on the Blade. If you like your macro lagers, you're going to like that. If you're more of your German sort of style beers and what have you, your Czech Pilsners, might not be up your street, but there's nothing too awful about this. Is it worth picking up if you like it? So that's it. I'm going to end it there because I've rambled on far too long. If you've had this beer before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. And thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. I'm going to end it there. Thanks for joining me, like I say, and I'll see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.